You know, I've never seen Blair Witch. No, never. I hate shaky cam.
What about the Bourne movies?
All right. I hate first person shaky cam. Welcome to my messy studio where we make art and we make stuff for making art. I'm Patrick, and today we will be fixing my DIY camera stabilizer. About a decade ago, I found a plan for a camera stabilizer online. It's also known as a pogo cam stabilizer, partly because, or at least I'm speculating, at the bottom of this, in some designs, there is a T-junction for where you put weights, and then it looks like a pogo stick, thus a pogo cam. We're going to be fixing this one today. It is comprised of two sections of 1-inch black pipe that is threaded, a T-section for a half-inch pipe there, and then a 10-inch section of black pipe for the handle. On top, I put a little tripod head on here rather than just having a cap with a 1/4-20 bolt, and then we attach weights with a bolt and washer below here. Now, what does that do for you in stabilization? Well, this, as it's weighted, keeps it more perpendicular to the ground so your camera can stay parallel to the ground without being shaky. Depending on how long this is and how much weight you use, you can get different degrees of stabilization. Some of the designs actually call for a 2-foot section on the lower end, but I wanted to be able to get a little bit lower with my version. In addition to that, the top normally would call for an end cap. Oh yeah, screw it. Normally it would call for an end cap with a hole drilled through it, and a 1/4-20 bolt that would then attach directly to the bottom of your camera. I wasn't a big fan of that. I wanted something a little bit easier to manage, and I wanted to be able to pan as I tracked. So I put this on. Now, this turned out to be more of a hassle. It's kind of wobbly. I took it off a broken tripod. So today we're going to be fixing this and doing something different here. So here is the current configuration. Like I mentioned before, normally there would be a weight on here. 2.5 pounds seems to be adequate. And again, this would all be dependent on the weight of your camera. Then we have a 1-foot section of black pipe, another 1-foot section of black pipe, and then a 10-inch section of black pipe, and an old tripod head. I'm going to break this down. We're going to reuse some of these things and throw some of it away. So there's a few things that we're not going to use anymore. These rings are actually for conduit. We're actually not going to use those, nor are we going to use that. Weight we will need. We're going to need that. Probably need that. And I'm going to find a new bolt for this. But we're going to keep all the black pipes. I don't think I have to break this down. That's pretty self-explanatory for threading. This has already been painted. I taped up some of the thread so I wouldn't rub my hand on it. grab a new quarter 20. Right. That's good through there. Where's that? So that might actually be too long. In lieu of cutting the bolt down or finding a smaller bolt, I'm just going to throw another nut on there as a spacer. So this is totally the wrong tool. But that's good enough. So that we're gonna put this at the top. And the reason why this is now going at the top is because I have a ball head with an Arca Swiss mounting plate. I'm going to put it at the top. So this is the ball mount we're going to put at the top. And rather than securing the weight at the bottom with another cap, we got these floor mounts instead. Basically what that will allow me to do is swap these out as I see fit, to actually use them as weights or to add multiple weights, and it should just slide up on the shaft pretty well. So put a quarter 20 there. Normally this is 3/8. This particular ball head came with a quarter 20 insert, so this should just screw on. There we go. Put that in here. Thinking about adding a rubber pad at the bottom here. That way won't make any metal noise. So here we have it. Stabilizer. So camera, just go right in to the plate that we have here. Then lock the joint, and here we go. So admittedly, I know it's kind of weird video. I'm showing you something I built 2 versions away from the original, but it's pretty easy construction. I mean, students and amateur filmmakers have been making these for, I don't know, probably well before I was born. So they work. And again, it's just to keep this from shaking for you caffeine addicts. So we get a nice smooth action with this weight right there, as opposed to tilting it. And this is just here so you can churn as you go. Fancy fun. So this was a pretty cheap project. The most expensive thing was the ball joint tripod head, which was about $25. I'll link that down below. But otherwise, it was just some black pipe from Home Depot, and a weight that you could probably get at Walmart or Target or Amazon as well. And that's not even necessary. I'm sure you could throw a sandbag at the bottom of this and it'd be just as effective. The black pipe is probably going to cost you maybe $10, $15. If you want to compare that, the cheapest stabilizer of this nature on Amazon is $42. It's basically a pole with a handle and 2 sets of weight at the bottom. That's about $42. So, is this going to replace your DJI or change your mind from buying one? Probably not. But it's gonna get you some stabilization in the meantime. So it's certainly worth $35, $40 to stabilize yourself while you decide or come up with $350 for a gimbal. Anyways, I hope you liked today's project. Please like this video and subscribe. See you next time.